Hello, this is Dr. J back with some more. Let's play The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time. Link seems to be feeling the heat now that we're in the desert. Though, actually, I'm pretty sure deserts typically get very cold during the night. So that would make more sense during the day. But whatever, still a nice attention to detail. Let's talk to this Gerudo. Okay, she just says, "Hey newcomer," which isn't very helpful. Maybe if we go up the ladder. How about you? Will you help us out? Okay, great camera angle. I sure am. I think I'm up for your trials. Tell me more. Okay. I have eyes to see the truth. I got them from a pretty obnoxious dungeon. I sure am. Alright, and the gate is open. Also, no offense to these Gerudo, but while they may have nice figures, that's not exactly the most appealing face, is it? Well, off we go to handle the trials. Alright, if you chase a mirage, the desert will swallow you. Only one path is true. So this part, you can use the hover boots, or if you don't have those, as long as you've completed the water temple, you're good, because the long shot has enough range that it can hit those crates on the far side. Now we have to follow the flags through the desert. There's a sign here. All those reckless enough to venture into the desert, please drop by our shop, Carpet Merchant. Okay, interesting. Let's follow this sign and see what it's talking about. That's a dude on a flying carpet. That's awesome. Shut up, Navi. I was trying to go into first-person view. Unfortunately, without the hover boots, we can't actually run out onto that carpet. We don't have the range. We just fall in that sand vortex. On the upside, all he does is sell bomb chews for an absolutely ridiculous price anyway, so it really doesn't matter that we can't get out there. I want his flying carpet, though. Now, it can be pretty difficult to make out the next flag. So far, I'm seeing the next one okay. If you do end up having difficulty with this, though, you can conjure a storm, and the lightning flashes will briefly illuminate the next flag that you have to get to. Okay, maybe I shouldn't have done that, because now I've gotten all turned around. Looks like it's over here. I rather like these trials. They're an interesting, creative way to make the player have to think about how to get through a barren, trackless wasteland. And it's fun to have a challenge besides combat now and then. This way, maybe? Well, I'm legitimately having some difficulty seeing the next flag. Okay, nope, wrong. I hate having to use the stick instead of having proper C buttons. Sometimes you have to really take some sharp turns. They're not really in anything remotely resembling a straight line, it seems. Aha! Looks like we've made it to the next part of the trial. So we've got this very squat stone tower sticking out of the sand here. Okay, wrong. I hit the A button, Link, because I wanted you to check that plaque. One with the Eye of Truth shall be guided to the Spirit Temple by an inviting ghost. But before that, looks like we can go under this little structure. Ow. I didn't remember the drop being quite so precipitous. Alright, well down here we find Skulltula and a couple of sconces. Why don't we try our fancy new fire arrows to light these torches? Okay, I'm a terrible shot. I think we just get rupees, which are worthless to us because we're at max anyway. Yeah. Unfortunate. Hopefully this has magic, because we're going to need magic to follow the guide. And I've kind of gone through a bit of it. There's a fairy. Okay, yes, magic. Excellent. Actually, we do have an empty bottle, don't we? And as usual, the fairy is embedding itself in the wall. There we go. Na 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 na. Okay. Oh, good grief. Okay, Link refuses to swing his sword upwards, so... Now the long climb back up. Whoa, we're plunged into total darkness. And then back to the blowing sands of the endless desert. Alright, well, we know what we have to do next. This is basically an item check, though it also tests your ability to... Okay, it's not letting me turn... There. It was not letting me turn the lens back on while that text was showing, and that was very frustrating. But luckily, the ghost waited for us. So in order to conserve the magic meter better, it's good to turn the lens on and off repeatedly. But you gotta be fairly quick about it, because the ghost will make a variety of turns. And so if you keep going in a straight line when the ghost turns, then that's no good. Uh-oh, where'd he go? There he is. Like that. Yeah, I really like all these trials for getting through the desert. They're pretty fun and creative. These levers are pretty annoying, but there's not much we can do except damage burst through them. I think we're just about there. Alright, thanks Ghost, you were pretty helpful for a Poe. We've made it to the Desert Colossus. These levers are gonna get on our nerves in a hurry. Get wrecked. Okay, now, somewhere in this area, there should be a little crack. This might be it. We know what cracks in walls mean. Okay, I was trying to roll to get away from the levers. There we go. Which leads us to... oh boy. Get ready for terror. Why? It's such a horror show every time. But it's worth putting up with this, because we learn our third and final spell. We get Nehru's Love. When it says powerful protective barrier, it's not kidding, it makes us basically invulnerable. Now, if you do the dungeons in the natural order with the Spirit Temple last, you get this so late in the game it's practically useless. But because we're doing the dungeons in a weird order, and we've come here about as early as it's possible to come here, we're going to be able to get maximal use out of Nehru's Love. Now, with 14 heart containers and 3 bottles worth of fairies, we're practically indestructible anyways. But let's try to remember that we have this spell, just in case we get into trouble during a fight. We can cast this to make ourselves invulnerable for a while. Hopefully I'll remember to use these spells, and not just forget about them for the rest of the game. Because they are pretty cool, and I do want to make use of all the features that we get access to. Go away, levers. And birds, too. Oh, time for the best music in the game. Get away from me. Okay. Welcome to the Spirit Temple. The third major dungeon that we're going to complete in the future. Ordinarily the 5th. It looks pretty awesome. And I love desert-themed areas. So, although my memory has lied to me in the past, for example, the bottom of the well, boy did I end up not liking that dungeon, even though I remembered thinking it was cool. So my memory's not 100% reliable, but I do remember really liking this dungeon. Let's see if it lives up to expectations. It certainly makes a good first impression. Man, this is cool. And the music is awesome. Some of the dungeons only get like an ambient soundscape, but this one gets a proper music track. Alright, so there appear to be some inscriptions on these giant snake placards. If you want to proceed to the past, you should return here with the pure heart of a child. Well, that's a pretty obvious clue, if ever there was one. Oh, there's almost like vague faces in the columns there. If you want to travel to the future, you should return here with the power of silver from the past. So, pretty obvious clue that you need to do this dungeon in both the past and the future. You need to get an item as Child Link and then return here with that item as Adult Link to finish a dungeon. And I really love that concept of a dungeon that you have to cross time in order to complete it. I think that's really cool. And as I said, I love desert-themed areas. So this dungeon has a lot going for it. Unfortunately, though, Adult Link can't squeeze through tiny little crawlways like that. This block is too heavy for us to push. We could use the Lens of Truth, but it wouldn't show us anything. We can fight these guys, but doing so doesn't earn us anything, so I'm not going to bother. So it seems like we're completely blocked, and I have no choice but to leave. Leave in seeming defeat with no way forward. But then we're greeted by our old enigmatic friend Sheik. Hey, Sheik. Oh, okay. I mean, so much for a clue that we have to figure out for ourselves. She just straight up told us what we have to do. I guess this game is guilty of that sometimes. But we get more fast travel, which in this case isn't merely for convenience. We are straight up going to require this to proceed. A down A, right down A. Oh, there's Kapora Gabora. We haven't heard from him in a while, have we? Alright, go ahead and pull your disappearing act now, Sheik. You sure have a wide variety of ways of disappearing. You can conjure sandstorms, walls of fire, all kinds of crazy stuff. Alright, well, luckily, we know the Prelude of Light, so we can return directly to the Temple of Time, knowing that we need to return here as a child. Let's see, was it right A down, right A down? Oh, that's the Song of Time. That's the wrong one. I'm an idiot. In my defense, they are both associated with the Temple of Time. Okay. Upright, upright, left up. Wow, I wasn't thinking that at all. Okay, well, back to the past. Once again. Probably the last time we're going to need to return to the past, if I remember correctly. It's always so jarring returning to being Child Link. I've said this before, but I really do like playing as Adult Link better. Which is the one major downside of Majora's Mask. If Majora's Mask had been done as Adult Link, that game would have been even more awesome. But that's getting ahead of ourselves. Oh, and the Requiem of Spirit appears before the theme that we'll get, I think, the Nocturne of Shadow for the Shadow Temple. So it's interesting. Events in the game kind of lead you to do the dungeons in the order Forest, Fire, Water, Shadow, Spirit. But other things in the game suggest that you're supposed to do Spirit before Shadow, so it's kind of strange like that. Anyways, A down A, right down A. And now we teleport back to the Spirit Temple, which is the only way for us to get here as a child, because the Gerudo will not let us pass while we're a child, and we have no way to get past their barricade. So this is the only way for us to get to the Spirit Temple. By the way, I'm really glad that I made the decision to do the dungeons in a non-standard order. Doing them out of order like this is making replaying the game yet again feel really fresh to me. I'm actually surprised at how fresh it feels playing it now that I'm doing the dungeons in a weird order. Even though I'm playing the game for like the 4th time or so. It's so cool when games give you the freedom to do things in weird orders like this. Aha! Looks like a Gerudo lady. She shares her people's general features of having a hell of a nice figure and a rather unfortunate facial features. I'd like to see the temple. Oh yeah? Well, maybe I'm here for a different reason. I'm looking for the sages. Okay. Well, process of elimination. We have one choice remaining to us. Nothing really. No, I just came here because I was bored. You know, through the trackless desert of death. She doesn't question that in the slightest. No way, Ganondorf sucks. I hate Ganondorf. What a loser. Well, cool. You seem pretty alright yourself. Naboru. A lone wolf thief. You know, thieving is not what winners do to get by in life, Naboru. But if you're against Ganondorf, maybe I can overlook that. Alright, well that's good to hear. Oh, yeah, he's a real jerk. A scumbag. Huh. That sounds a little problematic for the continuation of your race. There is a gossip stone that says the Gerudo travel to Hyrule to find boyfriends, so I guess they have to find members of other races to procreate with, and then they only produce women? It seems questionable that you could actually, you know, continue your lineage that way, but we'll just go with it, I suppose. And every 100 years a male Gerudo is born, and their laws say that Gerudo shall become their ruler. Kind of an interesting lore. But turns out Ganondorf is a big jerk, and Noboru rightly does not want to bow to such an evil man. I like your spirit, Noboru. She doesn't seem impressed by her name. What's in it for me? You don't say. Well, then why should I do all this? Out of the goodness of my heart? So, basically we're cooperating together to interfere with Ganondorf, and also you get 100% of the treasure. Something about this plan feels a little exploitative. I'm gonna be honest. Yes, fine. I'll just keep the gauntlets for myself anyways. Well, that's vague. You'll do something great for me. Like what? God damn that figure, though. Alright, well, let's go ahead and crawl through. Okay, that's dark. And thus the Spirit Temple begins at last. Oh, Lord. Seconds before we have to fight Fire Keys. Chances of us keeping our Deku Shield through this dungeon, probably about 1%. Still, we can but try. I don't know if equipping the Hylian shield will protect our Deku shield from getting burned. I somehow doubt it. I'm sure the devs thought of that. But I'll try it. Why did I even go to the trouble to get that rupee when I know I'm full? Okay, so those keys could fly through the torches to become fire keys. Let's make sure that doesn't happen. Wah! Get away from me. Alright, I think it's bomb time. Okay, we threw it too far. It's hard to get the distance you need to throw it. And, okay, this is frustrating. I didn't even want to throw it. I wanted to place it. Place it! There we go. Good lord, we went through a lot of bombs getting that done. One of the more awkward aspects of the controls, in my opinion. Okay, so looks like we have a few directions we can go. So we came through there, I do believe. No, I'm wrong. We came through there. Silly me. Okay, so we have 3 ways we can go. Alright, well, let's start with the right, I guess. I hear the battle music. I see fire keys. I see a Skulltula. Arrgh! I hate having to use the stick instead of proper C buttons. There we go. Actually, do we even have a reason to mess with these guys? I don't think we do. I'm going to see if anything happens by lighting these torches using Din's Fire. Let's start making use of these magic spells. Oh no! Whew! Oh hey! It doesn't say that we lost our Deku Shield. Maybe it actually works putting it away. Okay, that's good to know. Navi has a lot of trouble targeting Keese, which can be frustrating. I hear one flapping around. Okay, maybe we killed all of them on our side and it's on the other side. Could be. So is there a way that I can cause what's obviously a bridge of some kind to fall down? Doesn't seem like it. Alright, let's try the crawl space next. This is very atmospheric music. It really does a good job conjuring the feeling of some ancient, exotic temple for worshipping strange gods. I like it quite a bit. I don't think the game ever really explains what the strange snake goddess is that's apparently worshipped here. Leave that open to interpretation, I suppose. Clearly we're going to need a small key for that door. So, time to try the other side. Whoa! It's a Stelphos. And we don't have the Bigoron sword. Maybe we can block him with the Hylian shield, though. Seems to work pretty well. It may be cheesy, but it works. I think it takes 4 times as many hits to kill something with the Kokiri sword as the Bigoron sword. Oh, he hit me. Okay. It's not a perfect defense, I guess. Okay, he's apparently bugged out. He's bugging out again. Come on, man. There you go. Maybe I should be a little more aggressive. This is taking forever. Another gigantic green bubble. I guess we have to wait for the green flame to disappear and then shoot him. Ah, I see. We're going to need to use the boomerang to strike around that barrier. Like so. Simple enough. Psh, rupee. It's an Anubis! Wah! Okay, he just shot me with fire. That wasn't very polite. Okay, brilliant. Well done to me. Oh, it caused the music to reset. Alright, so we have a couple of ways that we can deal with Mr. Fire-breathing, flying dog jackal dude. I think the way I'm going to do it, rather than trying to lure him into that flame over there... First of all, let's see what Navi has to say. Okay, brilliant. I'm not a big fan of that trap. Okay, all she has to say is it's vulnerable to fire. Let's just do this the easy way, shall we? And I do want to make as much use of my spells and fancy items as I can. Oh no. Okay. God dang it! That is one obnoxious trap. Anyway, we got the Anubis with Din's Fire, which is good fun. Interesting. Was there any point to that ledge over there? I'm suspicious. Okay, Lens of Truth doesn't report any anomalies. Oh joy. Well, thanks for the warning, Navi. Okay, we're now on the other side of that of this room where we use Din's Fire to light the braziers. All right, let's go ahead and just lure the Wall Master out and kill it. All right, and since we already conjured this chest by lighting those braziers, let's see what's inside. We got a small Kia. Alright, what happens if we get all these silver rupees? Boy, those keys are going nuts. But they're on the other side of the wall, so there's nothing they can do. Ah, there's one hiding behind that brazier. Did I want to do that? I question whether I really wanted to do that. That's just going to let the keys attack us. Run! I guess if you didn't have Din's Fire to light the braziers, you might need that in order to do so and get the small key. Anyway, now that we have a small key, we can go through this crawl space and go through the door. Lots of Skulltulas. At least I assume so, from all the sound. Oh. Oops. Okay, 2 Skulltulas. Not exactly... Oh, no, there is another one. I thought it sounded like there were a whole bunch. Ah, it's a gold Skulltula. Okay, nice miss. Good lord. This is just ridiculous. Come on. Thank you. I definitely have more trouble aiming the slingshot than the bow. Which is weird, because with that Y, you'd think aiming it would be easier, but apparently not. Well, we've killed all the Skulltulas. We can climb up this brick wall. Yet more Skulltulas. This place is infested. Any more? Alright, so I remember the solution to this problem. Oh! It's a Dinolfos! Which can be defeated exactly the same way that we defeat Lizalfos. They're not real bright. Get wrecked. Okay, so we need to break open that boulder in order to shine a shaft of light onto the sun symbol. However, regular bombs, we can't chuck them high enough to do it. So what's the solution? That seemingly useless item that we've been periodically getting drops of throughout the game. It's finally time for the Bombchus to have their moment to shine. Go, Bombchu! Show us your power. Damn it, Bombchu! That was your big moment and you blew it! Okay, that's better. While we're at it, there's a rather obvious switch up there. What happens if we hit that? It's hard to see through Link's fat head to aim the boomerang. Third time's a charm. Is this just an item refiller, or is it actually something useful? Oh, there's two chests here. Okay, that was useless. Alright, well, I guess if we didn't already have a bunch of Bombchus, we would obviously need that to solve the puzzle, so that's the purpose of that drop. Oh! I don't really have any reason to fight. Well, what if another chest appears by defeating them both, though? Alright, do I get anything for that? Seemingly not. Just the satisfaction of having wrecked another of Ganondorf's minions, I guess. Ah, now we come to the central hall, the main feature of the Spirit Temple. There's the gigantic statue of the Snake Goddess. Pretty weird and creepy. Ah, is this Scarecrow song time? Wait, but we don't have the long shot, so we can't take advantage of it. And that gold Skulltula is clearly out of reach, so I guess if we really want to get that, we'll have to come back here as an adult. Alright, so we came through there. Looks like we jumped down then. Could use some heart refills. We've taken a bit of damage. Oh, what's this do? Okay, looks like that just unlocked the... Ah, we're gonna have to push something onto that. Okay. Some braziers we can light with more fire magic. Nah, it was too slow. Okay, thanks for nothing. Alright, and that is also close to us. Looks like it's time for Din's Fire again. It's getting a real workout in this dungeon. Alright, that causes a big chest to appear, and it contains... the dungeon map. So if I recall correctly, the west wing is basically the past or child wing of the dungeon, and the east wing is what you access when you become an adult. The future wing, as it were. Still, this is really only minimally helpful. Okay, so it looks like what we need to do... Okay, can't climb up that. What we need to do is find something to push onto that block so that it will stay depressed. Alright, and it looks like whatever it is going to have to be up here. Oh, like that Armos statue, maybe? That incredibly obvious Armos statue? Well, that was an easy puzzle. Here I thought maybe I was going to have to do some block pushing puzzles or something. But nope. It's about as easy as they get. Could use a magic refill for sure. Maybe I should replace one of my fairy bottles with a magic potion bottle. Interesting. I kind of remember this room. Alright, maybe first thing we should do is clear out these BMOs. Because you just know those are going to be a pain and shoot us while we're trying to solve whatever puzzle is in this room. I'm seeing silver rupees, so obviously we're going to have to collect those. Getting a better sense of how far Link throws his bombs. Alright. That's short enough that little child Link can climb onto it. Interesting. Looks like there's going to be some block pushing involved. And we're going to have some torches to light. There's a lot going on in this room. Let's see. Aha. Is that the last silver rupee over there? Well done to me. Camera needs to stop shifting confusingly on me. There we go. Aha! Okay. So that lit that torch, which is going to let us light the others. Using a Deku stick. Alright, let's get a sense of where they all are. There's one here. Then one here. And then run around like this. And there's one here. Looks like three. Three that I saw. Okay, did I lose track of... There it is, alright. Hiding in that little corner. Let's let this one go out. Okay. Here. Hiding in this little corner. And now, go, go, go. Ugh. Dang it! Go, 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 go! Alright, we did it. Does that hold a small key, if I were to guess? Where'd it fall, anyway? Not sure where that chest fell. Camera did an awful job of indicating that. Ah, there it is. For crying out loud. Okay, small key, so that was mandatory. And we're clearly not done with the puzzles yet, because now we have to cause that beam of light to shine onto that sun symbol. Not sure what that's going to do for us. Sorry, not much to say while I'm just pushing and pulling blocks around. It's kind of self-explanatory. You can do it, little Link. Almost there. Alright, what did that do? Ah, okay. So both of the puzzles are mandatory. You need to get all the silver rupees to light that torch. Use that to light the other torches, then you get a small key. Then you push that sun into the shaft of light and it causes the next door to open up. Like I said, a lot going on in that room. I hear Skulltula. There it is. As I said, even though I don't really need any more, I'll get them if they're that easy. Just to drive up our Skulltula score. For, I don't know, bragging rights. Because the gamer in me just refuses to leave such an easily obtained collectible. Well, this has the feeling of a boss arena. It's pretty cool looking. We've got these big pillars with the torches on the walls. Got a gigantic, heavily armored knight with a huge axe, flanked by crossed axes on the walls. Very, very cool. I like this a lot. Yep, and he comes to life. Now, as I recall, this dude's axe does like 4 hearts of damage. It's insane. Iron Knuckle. Man, I love Iron Knuckles. This is one of my favorite iconic recurring Zelda enemies. Watch out for its axe attack. It hurts a lot. Navi is not kidding. Strike it when it drops its guard. This will be a good time to use Nehru's Love, except I don't think we have enough mana to do so, so never mind. Okay, I seem to have quite the... Oh, he changed up his pattern. Still, this is working out pretty well for us. He has a lot of hit points in addition to doing tons of damage. Still, as long as we dart in and out quickly enough, nothing to fear, really. Uh-oh, but he gets faster once we do enough damage and we knock off some of his armor. Still, not fast enough to catch nimble little Link. Oh, that was close. Oh yeah, he can destroy those columns and cause hearts to come out of them. Nice, perfect victory. I'm pretty satisfied with that. Get wrecked, Iron Knuckle. So cool, though. I love Iron Knuckles. And their depiction in this game is spot on. Hey, Kapora Gibora. I haven't talked to you in a while. How's it going, my owl? That's not very grammatical of you, Kapora Gibora. Tails was. Subject-verb agreement. He says to 10-year-old Link. No offense, Kapora Gibora. I like you, but when was it ever your time? I mean, no offense, but what have you ever done? Last advice? No! You're cool. I like your ability to turn your face upside down. Don't let this be the last I ever see of you. 2 witches inhabit this temple. In order to destroy them, turn their own magic power against them. Nope, don't need to hear it again. Thanks for the tip, though. Hoo 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 hoot. Later, Kapora Gabora. Did you just literally fly through? Okay, that was pretty talented. What a magical owl you are. So we have come out on one of the Desert Colossus's hands. Let's go ahead and open up this chest. And we get the silver gauntlets. But these gauntlets are adult-sized. Oh, do I hear the scream of a damsel in distress? Oh, it's the witches. Koman Kotake, I think. Some legendary thief you are, Naboru. It took exactly one video for you to get damsel in distress. I can see that they're using black magic on you. Thanks, Captain Obvious. On the upside, since she's gotten captured by Ganondorf's minions, we don't need to give the silver gauntlets to her, now do we? Alright, so that's going to do it for this episode. Next, we return to the Spirit Temple as an adult, and we'll use our newfound incredible strength, granted to us by the silver gauntlets. Man, I don't think that would pass muster in like a weightlifting competition. In order to get deeper into the temple in the future. Hopefully you'll join me for that, and I'll see you then.